Hey, what's up, y'all? Welcome back to the Top Fly Pod. You know what it is. You know what we're here to do. We're back in the studio today. Beautiful Austin, Texas. I'm with the boys. We got a full studio today, 4-man setup with my G Primo in the back, controlling everything that goes on behind the screens on the ones and twos. Starting off with Alex. How are you doing today, mate?
I'm not gonna lie. I'm a little, down. Not the night didn't go as we expected.
100%.
If anything, this game kind of felt like the worst out of the three so far. So I'm a little bit down.
So far. Bali, how are you doing, mate? Love the fit. Atlanta Braves cap. Looking very nice. Maybe wavy footy type of outfit?
Yeah.
How are you doing?
Very disappointed, very, very, very upset, and very upset at you too, but we'll get along with that.
We're going to get there.
Very, very upset about the result last night,
I think a lot of people were.
Yeah, man.
A lot of people were. Now going over to my GB with the maybe the extra small beanie. How are you doing, mate?
Doing good. Well, I don't know, man. I feel like hungover and I didn't even drink last night. We went to the game. It was bad, bro. It was bad. It was bad. But it was also really cold, and it's cold this morning as well. So I'm rocking the beanie, the scarf. You know what I mean? We got 2 free gifts at Q2 Stadium. First, we got the beanie, which is probably a kid size, and then we got the scarf.
Not an ad, by the way, for Q2 Stadium.
No.
Not an ad.
Just showing what they've been
Just
giving
showing
out.
love. Just showing love.
Showing what 3 games, 1 goals gets you, bro.
Oh, okay. Oh, shots. All right.
Hey,
well,
this is what it gets you. It gets you a beanie and a scarf, brother.
Well, let's, I guess, get into some real quick shout outs. Of course, shout out to everybody that's on the Patreon, everybody that's on the Discord. The Patreon care packages are officially in production. Shout out to our friends from the dispensary. Francisco, everybody out there doing some fantastic work. Those care packages will be probably ready in 2 or 3 weeks, same as Julio Cascante and Mikel Dessler. So be waiting on that. You'll get those soon. I know a lot of you will like it a lot. We put a lot of thought into that little care package there. Also, shout out to everybody that liked the video, the collab that we did with Little Patagonia. Yes, there will be a collab. There will be a watch party for the LAFC game coming up next Saturday. Alex, you want to tell the folks a little bit more about that?
I mean, I'm really excited because it's gonna be, a watch party watching, against LAFC, which is one of the, best teams in the West Conference and a team that we like to play against, right? Yeah. But it's gonna be in a place that has not only freezing beer. I mean, the beer is just amazing, but also the empanadas, the choripan. They have sweets, so it's a soccer place. It's from Argentina. It's rooted. The soccer is rooted within them. So I know they hosted watch parties for the Copa America, and I saw how they got. So I can't imagine how it can be with Austin FC.
Now, real quick, they have good beer. They got wine on the wall, as we posted in that video that everybody saw. The food options, they're really good. Just like you mentioned, they got the choripan and some bunch of sweets and all that stuff. But come join us. Come watch the LAFC game. It's going to be an early kickoff at 2:30 p.m. So we're going to post most details on that. A graphic will be coming out soon, so be on the lookout for that. Come join us. It's going to be a lot of fun. Hopefully we get the first away win, I guess, this season. We lost against Portland, but hey, it'll be a lot of fun. You can come out, bring the friends, bring your family, and we will see you there. Now, gentlemen, it's time to get into the game. We got a lot to talk about here tonight on the Top Flight Podcast, of course. I want to start off with the game right off the bat. Let's just get right into it, right? Austin FC lost against Colorado Saturday at Q2 Stadium. Like B said, the weather went cold. Things got tough there on Saturday night for Austin fans and also the team as well. But getting into some overall thoughts on the match, I'd like to start off with Alex. What did you think of the 90 minutes that Austin FC played against Colorado? You had a debut by Mirto. You had Brandon Vasquez and Bukhari, Mirto Uzuni all playing together for the first time. But like we mentioned earlier, things just didn't go as planned.
Yeah, so I think there's a lot of things to talk about. First of all, like I said, this seems to be like the worst game out of the 3 so far. But also it's because it's the first game where we had all of the would-be starters starting together, right? We had all three DPs starting for the first time in a very, very long time, and I think maybe that had something to do with it because they seemed disconnected and they seemed anxious and they seemed they had a lot of mistakes. But also it's because I think maybe because it's the first game that Mirto is playing from minute 0 with Brandon Vasquez, with Bukhari, they didn't know yet how to play in an actual game, not just training, right? You could see, Uzuni had great movements, great pressure. He was moving all around. He's not that tall, and he was winning headers above the Colorado CBs, right?
Yep,
so
he was.
You could see a lot of bright spots from Uzuni and from Brandon Vasquez too. But the thing is that we're not servicing Brandon Vasquez just yet. From Bukhari, I'm still saying that he's trying to dribble too much. He's holding on to that ball too much. Same with Owen. I feel like he's trying to dribble and hold the ball too much. So that's why I feel like the offensive chances are not coming. But to me, yesterday it was disappointing because it was worse than the first two games. But even then, when you look at the highlights, we also had good chances. So it's just a mix-up of let's give them a little bit more time and see what we can do. But I'm worried about maybe Nico not being able to get them to that spot.
Oh, Alex worried. Alex using worried in his sentence. You gotta, be careful with that. Now, Bali, I want to go to you, mate. For me, after the Twitter space last night and after seeing what the players told Alex and also what the gaffer told Salome Quintero there in post-match, it appears to be two different sides. One side is the fan base saying we played horrible. There was no concrete chances. There wasn't any creativity for Austin FC. Then you listen to what the players and what the coaches saying, and they're saying that the chances were there. Uzuni post-match told Alex that, you saw that we had 26 chances. Yeah. Some people on Spaces were saying that, they just didn't see that. They didn't recognize it. So, Bali, I want to get your take, mate. How did you see it last night? I mean, do you side with the players? Do you side with the fans? How are you interpreting what went on?
No, there 100% was chances. We didn't finish. There was a crossbar. So, I mean, there was opportunities. I also feel like we struggled in the final third a lot. A lot of decision making. We struggled in that too. But our defense was horrible. We struggled. Our defense was bad. So I side with both. There was opportunities, but we also didn't play at our best. Our defense was all over the place. Our midfield struggled. So I feel like we could play a lot better, and we didn't show the how we could play, really.
Now, B, of course, I want to go to you, mate. I want to get your take on how you saw the match. Of course, Austin FC didn't get the result, but if you listen to what the players are saying, there was positives to take away from this game. Coach Estevez, after the match, he was saying how, there was positives from the Portland game, from the SKC, where they were improving, even though they lost against Colorado. So are you, on the boat that you're trusting the process, or are you saying that you're already riding this whole team out for the season? Because some folks were.
No, definitely the logical side is to still give this team time. It's like you said, Alex said, a bunch of these players, it's the first time playing together, first time having 3 DPs in so long. I mean, there's a bunch of firsts going on with this game, so you're gonna have to give it time. I mean, to some of the good points is like, I saw it at field level, I was right there, so I didn't really get to see much tactical. But I did see positives individuals when I would see the game. I saw like Uzuni, he was being physical. He was winning headers. Like that's a good trait to have,
Uzuni's pressing was crazy.
Uzuni's pressing was awesome.
Colorado.
I saw personally hard work, bro. I saw hard work, and they gave it their all. Unfortunately, the result didn't go our way, but we're gonna deal with this. Fans writing off the team for that's insane, bro. Come on, it's been 3 games. I know it's 3 games and 1 goal is tough.
Yeah.
But I'm not really kind of analyzing this game in particular. It's starting to kind of stack up, bro. Like now we have a small little sample size of 3 games.
Okay.
It's in the beginning. It's tough. We came in knowing what the team could do, could achieve. Maybe we're starting to realize that it's going to take a little bit longer than we thought.
How much longer, mate? Because that's going to be the big question that folks are going to say. Because last night on the space, and Bali's probably frustrated because of this, but I was asking for time. I was asking the fan base to give this team a little bit more time. I was saying, be patient. These are growing pains. This is a brand new team. Like B mentioned, it's the first time that all 3 DPs were on the field for Austin FC. This new attack. I think the frustrating part is the fact that there's this headline of $30 million looming over this team, right? That's the problem right now. And the players feel that frustration. They feel that pressure. They feel it. You could tell in Brandon Vasquez's body language. Every time that he either skies a ball or he misses a chance, he's screaming into the air, man. He's screaming to the gods. It's just not clicking for him. And that's the frustration that I understand and I see from the fan base. It's going to be very difficult to ask this demanding group of people, which is the Austin FC fan base, to give this team a little bit more time. Why? Because they're going to point out Nico was fired from Dallas in June. They're going to point out the $30 million that were spent. And they're going to point out, just like my colleagues here said on the podcast, 1 goal in 3 games. Of course, that's not good enough. But like Alex mentioned, it's just growing pains.
Look, I'm going to say this. I was like in the press box. I was with Salome, and we were watching, that first half that was very shaky, very nervous. And we agreed that this team didn't seem all that put together just yet. And I said I would give them 5 more games, counting yesterday's, right? And Salome said 4. And I think that's a fair window, right? Because what I've noticed about this game so far is that, yes, so we won against Kansas after, that corner kick that was a little bit lucky.
Bucari's kissing to the back of the net.
Yes. Then we lost at Portland, also with kind of like, unlucky because of Stuver not coming out and that free kick, right? And then yesterday, which was the worst game. But here's the thing. After each game, Nico said to the press what he realized was wrong, and he saw it as an opportunity to improve, right? Mm-hmm. So he didn't want to, like after what happened in Portland, he didn't want to do the same mistake. And I feel like they didn't do the same mistake yesterday. Yesterday was a different mistake. Why? Because Colorado played different. Colorado pressed. Austin could not play the same way that they've been playing the first two games because Colorado didn't allow them. So what's good? Then Nico said, okay, they pressed us. And he said in the press conference afterwards, I see this as a good thing because now that we had that experience of a team pressing us, now we can practice and try to overcome that against LAFC, who is probably a team that's going to press us, right? So, hey, all good. Nico is failing early to succeed later, right? The thing is, can he succeed later? Can he actually, evolve early in the season, like make mistakes early and fix them? Or how long can we take, the mistakes, and how long can we, just wait for Nico to fix those mistakes? I
want to bring up two things, and this is a point to bring in Bali. Shout out to Austin McMahon from the Discord Patreon member as well on the FC25 team also. But one thing that he keeps on bringing up, and he just is not dropping, is he always says, is this too much talent for Nico Esteves? He's always saying that. He's always bringing that up, mate. And that's kind of going to what Alex is saying is Nico is failing now to hopefully succeed later. Yeah. But what if the success never comes, mate? So, Bali, I want to bring you in, mate, because you're somebody that is very critical, right? But how are you seeing exactly what Alex just said right now? Because Nico is asking for time. He's been asking for that. He's saying that he takes full responsibility. But even you bring up the fact that he will sign on a 2-year contract. The club knows what's up. That's what you were telling me earlier. Go off on that.
No, yeah, it's early. We know it's early. He's struggling. The team is struggling, but we will give him time. To me, he has to make changes. He has to drop some players, put in new faces, new ideas in the midfield, switch it up. Because if he doesn't, look at our schedule coming up. We have LAFC away, and then again, I want to bring up the space because you came out in the space and you bring up that you're not afraid of LAFC. Don't say you're not afraid of LAFC because you know what they can do. And away from home, they're going to destroy us. Let's be real.
The same way that Seattle just destroyed them. So 5-2.
And you think they're not hungry? You don't think they want? They don't.
Look, you don't think we're hungry too? You don't think this Austin FC team is frustrated?
Let me finish.
Go ahead.
Okay. Then we have San Diego, another team that's playing well. So 4 defeats back to back to back. If that happens, that's a hole that's being. I don't think Nico's going to be able to get out of that hole. If he's going to be digging, it's going to be tough for him to get out of that.
I see what you're saying.
So if that happens, which I hope it doesn't, and I hope the team wakes up, it's going to be tough. And the pressure's going to keep coming and mounting up. I feel like he needs to make changes ASAP. And I feel like Zbatak in the back, it's a liability. The guy was all over the place last night. We saw it. Everyone saw it. And I feel like Leo needs to go back in there. Where is Leo? I want to see some of Leo. I know he might not be good enough either, but we need to see something different.
Oh, okay.
The midfield also. Who's going to be dropped? We need to see something different in the midfield. Changes need to happen ASAP.
I agree. No, 100%. B, you want to add anything to that before I read some post-match comments?
I agree, brother. Read it. I agree. 100% Bali said.
Some of the stuff that Mirto Uzuni was telling Alex here last night after the game in the locker room, Mirto Uzuni, he was saying that he was very happy for his home debut, but not for the game. As you saw, the team had 26 chances to score. I think a bit of luck always exists in football, and I believe the consecutive wins will come in the next games. And Mirto Uzuni, he also goes on to say that we have to make better decisions in the final third. I believe the team did well today. Everyone gave 100%. We're all sad that we lost at home because we did not deserve it with the great game that we played. And then in similar fashion, John Gallagher also also told Alex post-match after the Colorado game, he says, I thought the team played quite well, honestly. I thought we created a lot of chances. My initial thought was that we dominated. So you see how similar both of these guys are talking, how they're sounding. And Nico also tells Salome some of the similar kind of things that, the team is creating more than in the SKC game, more than in the Portland game. It's just an unlucky night is also another common theme that I heard from the players and coaches alike. And when you hit the crossbar, when you hit the post, when you have 26 chances, is unlucky kind of affiliated with the match, gentlemen? Right? We hear what these players are kind of saying.
Yeah, no, I agree. I think, again, we were lucky first game. We were unlucky second game. And honestly, we were also unlucky last night because if you look at the highlights, Uzuni hit the post once, hit the crossbar once.
Yep.
Bukari was barely off in a very long shot. Brandon Vasquez could have had a back heel goal.
Yep.
There were chances. There were good chances, and we were unlucky. And obviously, we made a mistake, and we were punished in that one mistake, right? So luck has something to do with it. And I think this team, they are right in the sense of feeling that they should have gotten out of their last night at least with a point, maybe.
You're at home, mate.
Yes, you're at home.
You're at home.
And at home you need the 3. But what I'm saying is maybe it was just luck that didn't earn them that at least 1 point. The thing is, if Mirtu Uzuni got hit the post once,
correct,
hit the crossbar, and he was one of the players to highlight from yesterday, right? Because he played really well. We can't exactly depend on him either. So when we have Brandon Vasquez and Bukari, but not Uzuni, but we have Hader and we have Gallagher, we also need to create chances like that.
Yes.
Or if we don't have Bukari and Uzuni, who knows? We also need to create chances like that. So the entire team this is a thing about the entire team having to gel together, not just about the 3 DPs. Because when we don't have the 3 DPs, we're gonna be in trouble.
You can also, not even count on Gallagher to go forward anymore with the injury to Mikel Dessler. He's now going to be tied back there, right?
Yeah.
That's going to be Gallagher's.
That's unfortunate.
It's a curse and a blessing. You want to play? The right back minutes are there.
Yeah.
He's forward, and I know that he's always, kind of cursed by that, but it's just the problem that John Gallagher has with Austin FC. But guys, I want to talk about the lineup, and I want to talk about the goal and some other important things that happened in this match. And B, I want to start off with you, man. You had a lot of the similar names. The only changes that were made in this lineup was Svatok coming in for the injured Julio Cascante, and you had Uzuni coming in for what would be Hader Obrion in the lineup. Pretty much easy swaps. We actually predicted this lineup 100%. Not that we had any intel, not that anybody is, squealing lineups, but it's just something that we predicted and it happened. Pretty much spot on. So good job, gentlemen. But B, your thoughts on the same players that came out. It's hard to single somebody out, but everybody is really pointing at Dani Pereira, especially after some of the giveaways that he had, almost led to that second goal. Just what are your thoughts on everybody? It's just as a unit together, this lineup that Nico put out.
Well, I said I wanted to see the same lineup, and I honestly, what I lean on as far as the reason why some of these players were a little shaky is to what Nico said is that we've yet to play with a team like Colorado that presses. Mm-hmm. Dani, he had the ball. He was more comfortable against Portland. In this one, he was getting pressed. So, we saw him and Owen under that kind of pressure, under what would they do in this kind of situation. And we saw that they struggled. They struggled. So I'm with Bali as far as making changes for next game. I've been an advocate for the first 3 games, keep it the same. The preseason game where we saw against Nashville, remember, we're like, hey, is that our starting lineup? It was. I saw it first game, I want to keep it. Second game, let's keep it. I think it's time to make some changes like Bali said.
You're talking about changes, though. A lot of the things that people were talking about last night, and we'll get into the conversation with Alex and with Bali also, but folks are saying that Dani Pereira and Owen Wolf can no longer be on the field at the same time. The argument is being made that they played the same position, and it's being played by 2 guys. Do y'all agree with that point of view, or you think that there's still ways that this lineup can have both young Owen Wolf, which is very talented, and the young phenom, Dani?
I'm going to say something different. I think they can play together at the same time. But what's not working is something that, Dani has had a lot of mistakes yesterday for sure. I'm not going to free him up out of being guilty, because he definitely did not play well. And especially like what B was mentioning, when you have a team that's pressing, usually the guy that you look up to get out of that press is Dani.
Of course.
And Dani was very shaky last night. The entire midfield was, but especially Dani, who you usually rely for that press, he was very shaky. But just in general, about the functioning of the team, I think they can play together if Owen tries to dribble his way out of opponents less and tries to triangulate passes with the entire midfield and wingers more. If Bukhari, yeah, sure, beats a 1v1, maybe a 1v2, but again, tries to connect passes with their teammates. There's a play in minute 68 where at that point, Owen is no longer trying to dribble because it's later in the game, it's the second half. He's no longer trying to go off by himself, but instead he makes passes to that, like back and forth, Dani, Ilya, triangle, making triangles within that midfield, and then eventually we'll get to a very good position to Gallagher on the right, who sadly can't get to the pass. But it's a good way to move forward and create chances, attacking like that, instead of having Owen trying to move the ball forward through dribbling and Bukhari trying to move, on the wing through dribbling. I think they just need to stop trying to be so individualistic in that manner. And for the entire team, all midfields and both wingers to play together to get forward and then serve Mirto and Brandon Vasquez.
Real quick on that before I go to my Jibata, because I want to ask him about these drops that he wants to make. I want to ask him about these cuts, sounding like Doge over there wanting to make cuts. But Alex makes a really good point that reminds me of something that I noticed in the game by Owen Wolf. This is a guy that I praise all the time for his maturity, for his ability to play the right ball, to not have those individualistic, tendencies where say, hey, I want to score the goal. There was one instance where he didn't really have the angle, in my opinion. Maybe he saw it differently. Of course, he's the one that is at the moment, he has the ball at his feet. But from what I could see, it seemed like Mirto Uzuni was the better option. Mirto Uzuni had drifted to his left. The ball would have been to his probably dominant foot, his left foot, and Uzuni could have ripped it, probably low for the keeper, difficult for him. His momentum would have been going the other way. Uzuni would have either placed it low or high. It could have been a dangerous chance for a guy like Mirto Uzuni. That's why you spent $12.3 million to get this guy. And I feel like Owen was just a little bit too selfish on that play. But for a soccer player, it happens. Maybe he felt like he had the right chance, the right shot. And I get it. I've been in those situations as well. And then you realize, man, you know what? I should have passed it. And he's probably thinking about that himself.
I was right there. I saw that play. I know exactly what play you're talking about. I remember it.
Am I wrong?
Me too.
Or am I right?
I think you're right. I think he didn't really have an angle for a shot. And it's not like he didn't know he was there. He knew he was there. He knew he was there. And after he took the shot, his frustration, Uzuni was like, Uzuni put his hands on his face. He looked down, but they dapped up a little bit. But that pass should have been
one more. A constant that I've seen in all three games is that they build up the play so well. They get to the final third so well, and there are a lot of players get open. Dessler, Brandon Vasquez, Bukhari Hader has been open so many times in perfect spots. But the player that has the ball don't see them. I'm not pointing someone out specifically. I'm talking about Owen. I'm talking about Bukhari. I'm talking about Dani. Everyone. Like, it's just someone. Like, it's a perfect play, but they just don't see that one teammate that is open.
Let's remind ourselves. I know we're talking about the game. We're talking about the criticism about players, but let's remind ourselves how many minutes has Owen played with Uzuni? How many minutes has Uzuni played with Vasquez? How many minutes has Vasquez played with these Ilya? Like, this is new. So keep that in mind as you're hearing us. I mean, I know. I just want to remind y'all.
It's the time that coach is asking for.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. Like, we can be optimistic. We can be. I mean, there's something to work with.
But it's so easy to kill this team right now.
My God.
It's so easy to say, 30 million. This, bro. My phone has been blowing up.
But hold on. But you keep
coming after me at parties.
You keep talking, but that's the reality. That's the 30. You keep talking last night on the space. You keep saying reality. 3 games. Okay, that's fine. The reality is 30 million was spent. Okay, that's the reality. Okay, we spent money. Anthony Precourt backed Borrell, backed Nico Esteves. They backed up. He spent the money. We asked for it. We got it. So now we expect something. So now when we struggle, don't be like, hey, wait, calm down. No. It's coming.
But it is going to take time.
It is going to take time. But it's going to take time. But we want to make changes. So don't come at me, kind of throw slugs at me when I say drop. Players need to be dropped. Change needs to happen.
Maybe, but something that 30 million doesn't buy you, it's chemistry.
It doesn't buy you chemistry.
Look at PSG. Are we the PSG of Texas right now? PSG of Texas?
Don't bring up PSG.
I'll give you credit for not comparing to Madrid. I'll give you that credit.
Thank you.
No. That's $1 in the jar,
but I see what you're saying. Fair.
I'm not going to shake your hand because I will shake your hand because I do have a lot of respect and I do have a lot of love for you. But I was upset at you last night and then you brought up the weather. I was like, what? What about the weather?
It was a
the
change.
same. It was the same weather for
It was
both
a
teams.
drastic change.
Dude.
It was a
Okay,
drastic
okay,
change.
okay, Bali.
I was losing my
Bro,
mind
we
last
were wearing
night.
t-shirts.
I was losing my
and then
mind
we
last
ended
night.
up
For you there.
Drastic
double
change in
coated.
weather.
Yeah, no, I'm with you, Bali.
You spend the whole week preparing for a game in beautiful Texas weather. Then it changes on you like that.
in
And
the-
guess who that favors?
Dude.
Colorado's
Hey,
Rocky
hey,
Mountain.
hey,
That's
hey,
my mind.
that's
I
not an
lost my
excuse.
mind last night. That's why I
That's
didn't get
not
on
an
space.
excuse, bro.
In
That's why I didn't get on
no,
space.
no,
That's why I
the
didn't get on
span
space.
of 2 hours,
That's why I
the
didn't get on
weather
space.
flipped. It was crazy.
Nah.
My fault.
Oh,
sorry, Primo.
No,
saying
Primo,
we gotta
hey,
chill
good
out.
shit, Primo, good shit,
Good stuff.
Primo. Yeah,
Good
yeah,
stuff.
yeah.
We gotta calm down.
Yeah.
But look, let's talk about Owen Wolf and Dani Pereira because it seems like everybody wants to drop one of these two guys. Now, based on heat maps that we have here from SofaScore, you see Dani Pereira more in a defensive role and Owen Wolf more in the offensive role. Now, we've seen Owen Wolf press with Brandon Vasquez previously before. You know, they kind of use him in that role. But if you have to drop somebody for, let's say, maybe Savovic, who is likely going to be the guy next up, and when Ilya is ready to come off in the 60th, the 70th minute, which we're seeing is a recurring thing, and Nico said that that's going to be something that they plan on doing there in the future. Nico Dubersarski could come in for the Ilya Sanchez role, right, in the back, the kind of cleanup guy. And then in the forward positions where Owen Wolf and Dani Pereira are currently stationed at, Savovic is ready to take one of their spots. Who do you think it's going to be, guys, moving forward? Because everybody's asking for changes. So what's your solution? What's your solution?
Will we have changes? Is Nico's going to stick to the same lineup?
That's a fair question.
You know?
He might.
I feel like
Because look on his, if he does
know.
that, this is maybe a reasoning. It's like, we think LAFC are going to do the same thing as Colorado, aren't they? Is that where now
Yeah.
they're going to try to pressure us? They're going to try to play like Colorado. Why not keep the guys that just went through the game getting pressed? Dani and Owen realizing, damn, look, this is what happens when a team presses. This is, we didn't work out. I did this. I should have done that, and let them play again against LAFC to try to correct those mistakes. Am I not wrong in that? I mean, to make changes, now you're throwing in Dubersaski and all these players into a new situation. And if they kind of have a shaky start, we're going to say the same thing. He hasn't played with this. This is his first start. We're going to say the same thing that we're saying right now. So I'm not too crazy. I mean, I want changes, but if he goes with the same team,
Look, the changes I want, I said it. It's the way of play. Because if you let's say
So you would
drop
keep the
Dani-
same names?
Yes, but look, here's the thing. I don't mind if Savovic starts. I don't mind as long as they played right. Why? Because if you drop Dani and start Savovic, right?
Okay.
But Owen is still that 10 up top, like how the heat map is saying, right? Trying to dribble, trying to find his way, not really connecting with that midfield. The result is going to be the same. It's going to be Savovic playing more with Ilya, below, but not being able to connect that much up front. Mm-hmm. You can have Savovic, you can have Dani, you can have Owen. Doesn't matter. As long as that number 10 drops and he's able... how many times did you see Owen playing with Ilya?
I mean, just a couple.
A direct pass with Ilya, a wall with Ilya. Almost never, because Owen is way too far up and Ilya is way back down.
That's true.
The man that you see in the middle is Dani. Dani connecting with Ilya, Dani connecting with Owen.
That's his job.
That's the thing.
That's true.
But so what if Owen drops a little bit more, right? Mm-hmm. What if Owen starts connecting more with Dani, and you have now a triangle of Owen, Dani, Ilya? Or if Owen's far up and Bukhari drops down, you have a triangle of Bukhari, Dani, Ilya. It can be, again, it can be Savovic. It doesn't matter who they are. As long as they combine, they can do better against press. Because it's going to be really hard to have Dani by himself against the press like LAFC, or Owen by himself against the press of LAFC, or Ilya by themselves. They're not going to make it. They need to make those triangulations.
Now, let's talk a little bit about the goal, because there was only one goal in this game and it was enough to, get the 3 points. And it has a lot to do with Alexander Svatok. Now, in the midfield, the ball was lost. Dani Pereira and Bukhari, they kind of, pass between themselves and they lose it. Ilya Sanchez, is not able to win the ball back in the position that he's in as well. Ends up being a through ball, beautiful through ball, by the way, to, Navarro, who beautifully chips Brad Stuver, by the way. Great finish. Brad Stuver can't really do nothing. He takes the angle away on the bottom levels, but, whenever a guy is able to pull off a finish like that, and whenever a guy has a tattoo like that on his neck.
Yeah, Jordan tattoo.
the Jumpman.
Hey, he's dangerous.
You know he's dangerous, bro. You know that he's dangerous. But gentlemen, the goal, Bali. I'll start off with you, mate. I mean, who do you put that? You put that on the spill in the midfield, or is Fatok just not at the level?
It was all over Svatok. It's just the guys. He was all over the place last night. He was the one. He was struggling in defense. He was the one that was struggling, and now it's very, very shocking to me how now that Julio isn't there, we're all over the place, and it's just like what's going on? Like you can kind of see that Julio's kind of like somewhat the leader in that back line. He's the one that carries the ball, passes out from the back, and hindsight can spot. I mean, the collection wasn't there. I mean,
Welcome
it wasn't
to the
there.
show.
It was not there.
Welcome to the show.
They were all over and I feel like he should not start next game. He's one of the guys where I don't want to go in on him because it's first. I mean,
it's his first start of the season.
But he needs to pick it up to me because he's very, 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 very all over the place.
Who's next up? Leo.
I think we should give Leo the opportunity. Leo wasn't that good.
We counted him out. That's why we said he's done.
Yes.
But we said if there was a
who else?
There's one more
Who else?
injury. Leo is the starter.
Who else?
Yeah.
That's a problem.
He was, and then you said maybe he was nervous. I mean, come on now. I mean, you've been playing with us for a while now.
He's
played in
a
LAFC.
grown man. He's a grown man.
He's gone to LAFC and played also. Yeah, he's
Swat
played
talk.
there. So he.
One thing that stuck out to me, seeing him like right there, like I was on field level. He defends so like aggressively. Like
He does.
He is like it's almost like you're not like his mentality, his aggressiveness, his uses his arms. Like he is aggressive. He wants to get that ball.
That's
He's
how
in a
he pulled
fight.
down Diego Fagundes.
Yeah. He's aggressive.
Yeah.
He's
That's
an
right.
aggressive center back, and maybe it was fine, but that kind of aggressiveness could potentially cost us one. But
I see what you're saying.
I do like to see the work rate. Like I mentioned, the positives that I saw individually.
Question.
Swatalk being aggressive, working hard.
Question for you, mate. Do you appreciate Julio Cascante a bit more?
I mean,
Be honest.
yeah. Being honest, yeah. I mean, I feel like to Bali's points, I feel like he's the leader. I mean, you could see it, the shakiness. You could see the lack of maybe communication, maybe just not really feeling each other. Like Julio and Heinz have been feeling each other for games and comes out. So it's tough, but I'm not saying that they can't. They can develop a partnership. Swatalk can get better. Like it was his first game. I'm down to give him a little more time, but the goal is on him, brother.
The goal is probably on Swatalk. That's what everybody's going to say.
He needs to be focused. He needs to be.
Now, another guy on this back line that we got to talk about a little bit here, Mikel Dessler picks up a hamstring injury. Coach Estevez confirms it in the post-match press conference that they have to run tests, have to run MRIs, but it's pretty clear that it is a hamstring issue.
It looked pretty bad, yeah.
So it was pretty clear. Now, it's two players with hamstring issues very early on in the season, only match day 3, and Austin FC is down 2 starting players. Alex, I mean, how much of a blow do you think this is going to be?
I mean, I think it's tough. I think it's very tough. Not so much because, Gallagher is going to start, and I trust Gallagher 100%. I was happy seeing what he was doing yesterday. He had a couple of mistakes, but nothing big. I mean, I was happy seeing him back, playing for us. The thing is, he doesn't have a backup. Like now, Gallagher doesn't have a backup.
Yeah.
And this is one of the things that I mentioned in the offseason. I know we brought a bunch of players.
You could call him Riley Thomas in a worst case scenario.
Yeah, in a worst case scenario. And
That's like nuclear, though. That's like.
And honestly, I saw Thomas like fine in preseason, but now we're talking MLS.
We're talking MLS.
Right? So it's going to be tougher. So
talking neck Jordan tattoos.
Yeah.
I mean, I think it's going to be. I think
Joe Man.
Dessler brings different things to the team, and he was offensively, very good last night. Gallagher brings his own, style of play, and I trust Gali 100%. But now I am worried that I know, and we know Gali can go 90 minutes. But what if something happens now? We don't have a backup.
I agree. Now, Bali, I want to ask you, mate. Some folks were calling for Diego Rubio in the starting 11 because of because of the fire that he's brought off the bench. Now, I go back to the SKC game where he feeds Brandon Vasquez a very beautiful ball. Brandon Vasquez one time hits it. It just clinks off of the crossbar. Do you want to see Rubio?
Yeah, if I was to make a change, and I honestly want to make the change. I feel like we should.
You could give him 40. You could give him 45.
Yeah, exactly. Maybe make a change early if it's not working. But you saw it clearly. Diego came on, and we should have got a penalty. And I'm with the profe on the press conference because he was upset about that. He got a yellow card for it, and I back him that because they only give you one camera angle, and there's no lines or anything, no technology, no advanced technology like in Europe. So I feel like that penalty should have stand there. We should have got a penalty. But you saw the difference when Diego came on. He connects with Dani. And you saw that. And there you go with who's gonna get dropped if somebody does get dropped. I feel like it's gonna be Owen if it is because you can see that Nico trusts Dani because Dani can cover a lot of positions in the midfield. He's all over the place.
Owen can too, though.
Yeah, but Dani's a little bit better.
But Owen is not as defensive as Dani, though.
True.
I mean, I agree with
Owen's
Bali.
not, wait, hold on. Owen's not as offensive.
Defensive.
I think
okay.
they go at it. I think they go at it.
No,
I think
Danny's a little bit slighter.
Danny's better.
Yeah,
And
Danny's slightly better.
I would agree with Bali, and this is not to say that like I would drop Owen because he has been playing bad. No, I just would drop it because of what Bali's saying about positioning. I think Diego would play a better 10 than Owen has been playing. And in the midfield, obviously, you keep Ilie, and sure, you can try and change Dani or Owen or Savage. It doesn't matter.
Now, one guy that I want to tie in with the Diego Rubio topic, because if you insert Diego Rubio into the starting lineup for this Austin FC side, based off the shifts that he's had off the bench, you'd think that he'd bring more creativity, he'd create more chances. A guy like Brandon Vasquez only benefits from that.
Exactly.
Do you think that his problem of not scoring yet for Austin FC is because of the lack of service, or is something going on individually with him? Do you think that Diego Rubio solves that problem for him? Because we already saw it against SKC. He feeds him a ball, crossbar. We got to see more of that. Is the answer for Vasquez to start Rubio?
Here's the thing. I think Vasquez would benefit from Rubio.
Better
100%.
service?
Yeah, I think he would get better service. I think Vasquez would be less busy trying to open up spaces. The thing is, I really, really like Diego for those second halves. I think Diego brings so much to that second half that I don't know if we start him, starting him would have the same effect. You know what I mean? So, again, I think we can make changes tactically, not with subs in the first half, and then play a whole different way and still play to Brandon Vasquez's benefit with Diego Rubio.
Bali, anything you want to add on that, mate?
No, yeah, I agree. It's honestly at the end of the day, it's and we can make changes. We can say we want this, and that. Nico at the end, he's gonna pick the lineup, and I do believe that he will switch it up. He will switch it up. But man, Owen and Dani there, I feel like we should give him a little bit more time. Everyone was kind of like very mad last night, and fairly so, bro. And I was mad too. But I feel like the guys are talented. You can see it. You can see it, man.
You can't, bro. And the thing is, like, you see the team, and it's. I mean, yeah, Owen and Dani didn't play well last night at all.
Yeah.
But neither did Bukhari, neither did Ilie.
Nobody.
The entire team was sloppy. They were very long passes. They were long balls, short. They didn't connect at all. So it was the whole midfield essentially that didn't connect. It's not just Owen and Dani.
Uzuni got the worst rating of the night with a 6.3 according to SofaScore. Difficult night for Mirtu Uzuni. Made his home debut, 70 minutes. Like we mentioned earlier in the pod, he talked to Alex. Very gutted.
Oh, yeah.
Very gutted.
Yeah, for sure.
And honestly, I hate that he's going through that. I don't want any of my players to be feeling that. But at the same time, seeing him be emotionally off because he didn't get the result for Austin FC, it makes me happy. This guy wants it just as much as the fan base does. And that's the thing. The results aren't coming yet. It's been 3 games, only one goal in 3 games, as everybody's pointing at. But these guys are just as frustrated as the entire fan base. Look at their body language. Look at the way that they're screaming into the sky, asking why, God, things are not working out yet. Because everybody thought it was going to immediately click. And it hasn't yet.
And also, like I mentioned twice, this is their 3rd time. I saw hustle. I saw work. Yeah. I saw
that's why it's so difficult to
guys
navigate
lock
the
in and be like swall talk. Like, I saw a bunch of positives from players.
Anything else?
Like, you said like we thought it would be immediately click, bro. First game, 1 post and 1 crossbar. Are you kidding me? Like, the thing I was most excited about is that you could see him winning the headers against the Colorado center backs.
The way he was pressing.
Bro, yeah.
The way he got,
He's physical.
The way he got that first, like the time that he hit the post, the way he moved in the inside of the box and then got to it,
bro.
Dude, that was great.
He is not tall.
The fact that he even got to nick the ball to hit the post was like, damn.
Now, and if you look at his movement in the box, before Owen gets that cross off, Owen makes a cut, right? And he kind of tricks everybody. Uzuni is before Owen makes the cut. I feel like he already knew he was going to cut because he immediately starts to change positions to try to get open because people were on him. They know about him now. 12.3 million. We got to put at least 2 or 1 guy on him. And Mirtu Uzuni, credit to him, he's able to change his body, like change his profile, and he's able to get ahead on it. Unfortunately, hits the crossbar. Zach Steffen is also a great keeper.
Yeah.
I feel like he got a finger on it, no?
Yeah, and the crossbar.
He actually did save it.
I mean, the ball was going in, and because of him, he hit the crossbar.
Bro, Zach Steffen, that's That's a city keeper.
Yeah. But I also feel like Uzuni's still not all the way there. Yeah, I feel like he still needs to get a little bit more minutes. You know, because there was a play where he was on the left and they took the ball way too easy off of him. You know, I feel like he needs to be more a little bit more. Yeah, exactly. It was late, and he's not. Also,
he was
hasn't been
like crazy.
He was working a lot, so maybe he was gassed.
The black patch on his foot, is that a bruise? Did y'all see that?
No, I didn't
the
notice
photo
that.
the club posted on Twitter only. On Twitter only. Logan saw it. It's like a black patch here on his foot. It seems like a nasty bruise or something. I don't know what that was.
Man, hold on.
I don't know what it is. Hopefully he's good.
Don't get me nervous now, bro.
Uzuni reminded me of the Pirates of the Caribbean.
Maybe
that
he
could have
hurt
been
himself.
when the first potential penalty.
Oh,
No. It was before the game.
It was before the game.
As he was stretching before the game. It was weird.
But he got hit pretty hard on that one.
He got hit pretty
Is he
hard.
all right?
His penalty, he was offsides.
He was.
He was offside. But he got.
He was offside.
But if it wasn't offside, that would have been a penalty.
Would have been a penalty. 100%.
I was low key kind of. I saw his reaction. I was low key kind of upset. I was like, "Oh, is he all right?"
I love Mirto. I can't wait for it to click. I love Mirto because this is all frustrating for the fans. I get it, but just wait until it clicks, bro. And it's going to. It's going to click.
Hopefully, man. You sound very exciting.
I'm banking on it. I'm going all in. I'm all in, bro.
Okay.
I'm all in. Now, guys, LAFC is up next week. We mentioned that we're going to have a watch party for Little Patagonia. Just real quick, they did lose to Seattle 5-2. That is important to talk about.
They're mad.
They have a congested schedule. They have a congested schedule. Remember, they're part of other competitions, not just MLS. So Austin FC is maybe going to be able to take advantage of that situation. Hopefully they do. So we've talked about all the changes that we need in this game coming up. We mentioned that we could see Samovic in for either Owen or Dani. We talked about the possibility of adding Diego Rubio into this lineup for more creativity, more service to guys like Brandon Vasquez. And I have to be honest, LAFC is not the same one as previous years. Everybody is so scared of this team because of what they did to us in the past. Guess what? That's done, mate. We don't have to be scared of these guys, bro. They're a great team. Yeah, they did. But guess what? Galaxy took over their city. So they can't be that dominant.
We're also going over there.
Yeah, we're going to their house.
Look, I'm just saying.
What's our record
it's not
in their
impossible.
house?
Yeah,
I'm saying it's not impossible.
good.
There was a great take last night on the space. I'm forgetting the guy's name, but he came in and he had a great take. But he finished it with the fact that in his mind he already lost to LAFC. And I was like, no, bro, you ruined your take by saying that because you can't just say you automatically concede to LA. I feel like we could give them a game in LA, in their stadium. I really believe that.
You know, something that happened in the locker room, I got to talk to Stuver, and we're going to put that clip later on, but Stuver said, I asked him, like he's one of the players from 2021, like what he feels different about this team. And one of the things that he said that caught my attention was that this team feels different because now they're, like when they're down or whatever, they are not waiting for something worse to happen before doing something about it.
Oof.
Like something bad happened, like they were down the first half, and this team wanted to go for it all.
Yeah.
That everyone is working very, very hard to get this team a win. They work for the fans. Like this team, like the mentality is actually really, really strong, and they want it all right now, even when they're losing.
We still need to see it though.
No,
We kinda see shades
because
of
what
it.
B's saying, you can see the effort.
It's true.
Yeah.
It's true.
The chances and the luck are, chances are not being finished, and then luck hasn't been on our side,
True.
aside from match day one.
I misspoke.
You know what
But
stands out too? Like as far as seeing physically, I've seen the other side of it. We don't want to bring up past names, but there's names where you did not see any of the hard work, the grittiness, that.
Yeah.
And then whenever you don't see that, then it's worthy of criticism because not only were we bad, but you didn't even kind of care. So
Yeah.
I did not see any of that this game, bro. I saw hard work. I saw grit. I saw physicality from Uzuni, from Vasquez, from all these players,
There's so much frustration, and I think
yeah.
that's what's hurting this team is that everybody wants to score the goal,
Yes.
and it's just hurting.
And
it's
that's
just
the
hurting.
thing, bro. Like, I mean, before, fans would say, this team loses and they don't care. Bro, I went into that locker room yesterday, and it was a cemetery. Everyone was silent, was quiet. Well, they were pissed. They feel like they were, after not getting the 2 PKs, after not getting the chances, they were mad. I mean, this team cares. Yeah. They really do care, and they really don't like losing.
That's what I was saying earlier. I was saying there's no soccer player out there that wants to lose.
Yeah.
And then
maybe the ones that put bets against their team. We're not going to go into that, but we know that doesn't exist. It doesn't exist. Players want to win games.
Yeah.
No, yeah. I mean, they want to win games, and I'm not saying that there's no effort. I mean, there's effort. They're fighting, but maybe some of those players are not good enough. Maybe even if they fight,
it's just the
even if
nature of the
they're-
business.
Maybe they're not
And
good
also
enough.
on top of that, it's like, let's be honest, we were we're riding kind of high for the investment of the team. Of
course.
We enjoyed the investment. We asked for it. We saw high dollars. You know, I got my group of friends and had like a speech to them before the home opener, talking about this is a new era. I went off. It was thing.
They won the first one.
3 games in, you know, they're kind of texting me. They've been invested because of me, and they're like, "What?" I'm like, "Well,
some of them even followed the page."
yeah." And then I'm like, "Well, you know what, guys? It's gonna take longer than maybe we thought, bro."
Yeah, it is what it is. Just supply chain issues. Tell them that. Supply chain
It should,
issues.
but I also want to say, you know, it has to happen. It has to happen pretty quick.
Give me
You know,
a
we
score
can't-
prediction too for the LAFC game.
I say we draw. I say it was 1-1.
A draw is not bad.
1-1. I'll
A
take
draw
a
is
draw.
not bad. I'll
1-1.
take it.
I'll take it.
Score
1-1.
prediction for LAFC.
Yeah, I'll say 1-1 too.
1-1. Okay.
Yeah.
Low scoring game. I mean, it's gonna be difficult to keep LA to just one goal. So we'll see.
1-1. Ilya go.
Ooh.
And he goes like this. He goes like this.
Oh.
Nah, he wouldn't. He's
Nah, he
gonna
wouldn't
be
do
like.
No, Ile.
sorry.
Respeto, Ile. Respeto, Ile.
Nah, yeah. But yeah,
Prediction.
that would be lovely.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with the boys 1-1.
1-1.
Yeah,
Everybody,
1-1.
Primo, prediction? Scream it to me.
Scream.
1-0. Primo says what for who? Okay, for Austin. Logan, scream it.
I say 2-2. We get 2, they get 2.
2-2, says Logan.
That would be a battle.
2-2.
Nah, I don't think so.
I'm going to go with Austin nicking the result. 2-1. 2-1, we beat LA, bro. 2-1, Austin beats
Nah,
LA.
we
So
were,
you doing two
nah,
vibes?
for real. Like,
2-1, we get the result. This team is very frustrated. They want to win, and LA is not coming at us with full strength, man.
And not-
They're not coming at us with full strength. They got
Okay.
battered by Seattle.
But that was
they,
kind
they
of a
play
weak
second
team.
leg of Conca Champions.
Yeah.
They have
Yeah.
Conca champions.
And Wednesday,
Hey.
right?
They have Conca
okay, what?
champions.
Okay, no changes. Same
No,
lineup?
changes 100%.
Oh,
Change
you want
100%.
changes?
I'll leave that to Nico for him to figure out because he seems to have all the answers.
He couldn't.
But what I want, no. What I want and what Nico's does is two different things.
Okay, yeah,
mate.
of course.
You know what I'm
No, but
saying?
You might, you, Nico might have. Nah, yeah.
What I would do is I would
mind.
bring on Salvovich because everybody keeps saying
Salvovich.
Logan keeps saying that
Salvovich.
that
Everyone's
he's
calling
a
for
starter.
him.
Everybody's calling for him. So
No, and he's been great.
Yeah, he has been.
I'll leave it up to Nico to decide who he's going to drop, Danny or Owen. But one of those two guys, unfortunately, has to come
Danny
off
or
sooner or
Owen?
later. Sooner or later, one of
It'll
those two
probably
guys. Because Ilya is not coming off.
Owen?
Ilya is not coming off.
Oh, he's always coming off.
For
But
sure.
not starting.
Off the line, yeah. Now, guys, real quick, Austin FC 2, they had a big night versus Colorado Rapids 2. They won 4-2. A lot of twos there. But goal scored by Jimmy Farcarlin. Fastest goal opening night history, by the way, for Jimmy Farcarlin. Congratulations. Irvin Torres got his goal. Shout out to my Irvin Torres. Jorge Alastoy, the young player from Barcelona's academy, La Masia, got his goal. Taken off on a stretcher.
Oh wow.
Off of a gruesome tackle, but later he was in the comments saying that he was all good.
Oh, okay,
He was
okay,
all
so
good.
he's just-
all good. So
okay,
that's
okay.
very good news because
Precautionary.
he was cooking in the game. Shout out to Jorge. And then the last goal for Austin FCito was scored by the Irish youngster Peter Grogan, who, by the way, spoke to us after the match. Proper lad, explained the game very well. Said that they worked on set pieces. Said that preseason was tough, but they got really fit. Said that he's not really 100% used to the weather yet, but that he felt really good out there. Shout out to Peter Grogan. I'm happy that he got his first professional goal. His family back home is a big supporter of the page, and they're always liking any content that we post out of those guys. So big ups to Peter Grogan and the whole team in general. And shout out to Brett Utley for also taking the time to speak with us after the match. But Austin FCito getting off on the right foot in their MLS Next Pro season after not making the playoffs last year. It was very important for them to win and win big this season. And it was a great atmosphere on opening night for Austin FCito. I was there. Laura was there as well. We had our photographer Dante there, and it was a pretty good match. Shout out to Logan. He was also there as well. It was a good match. Any thoughts on Austin FCito? I know it's difficult to keep up with them because of all the Austin FC stuff, but good signs on opening night.
I was just extremely happy to see. I mean, that win, that's a huge win. And I'm excited to see this team, clicking. I mean, to win your first game like that, that's huge. But also, I'm just always happy to see like the support that they get, not just from us, from like all other media or the fans. Like
Precourt was there.
Yeah, no, and
Nico
Nico was there. I mean,
Nico's
they
still
get
there.
so much support. I mean, it hurt that the kickoff time was 5:30 because that's a little bit too early for a lot of people, get out of their work and whatever. But people really do want to go to those games and support them. So I'm really happy about that.
CJ Fowler was there as well. He said hi to us as he was leaving. It was a great vibe. AP was there, like I said. It was cool.
I'm glad Peter Grogan got a goal too. You know, when we signed him, we were like, oh man, we were really optimistic about him, and I'm glad he's starting off great.
Yeah. Irvin Torres got as well, but Jimmy Farcarlin, you know, a guy that is in the that weird balance of is he a first team player, is he a USL player? But the goal that he scored, mate, I mean, laser fast. I asked him after the game, I was like, what was going through your mind when you saw that you were played into space? I mean, what was the first thing that came to your mind? And he said, I was going for goal. He was like, there's no way that I was passing that ball. I was going for goal. And the finish that he pulls off, bro, campanita and in.
Campanita.
Who is this guy, bro? Jimmy Farcarlin, bro. What a game he had. And it wasn't just a goal. He had 3 goal involvements, bro. He had an assist and he had a hockey assist. But this guy was all over the field for Austin FC. It's going to be difficult to keep him at that next pro level. I'm hoping that he stays healthy because there's been some quad issues with him. So as long as he stays healthy, he trusts the process. He keeps growing and mentally is strong because being away from home, I imagine, is very difficult. But this could be a very serious player for us in the future. Still somebody for the future. I don't think he's ready yet. Still somebody for the future.
And I love me a goal de campanita.
Love it. Now,
Golazo.
real quick, Bali, new kits for Austin FC. What'd you think of them?
I actually like them.
They're fire.
I like the away kit a little bit more. The white one, I like that one a lot
Would you
more.
buy them?
I would buy the away one.
Folks wanted to buy them.
I would buy the away one.
What'd you think about the new kits? Pretty good?
I liked it. I liked it last year's better though, but
Really?
this year's is pretty good. Yeah,
I like this one more.
Yeah, I like this one more.
This
too.
one
the
was
green,
fire.
the
Yeah.
green.
This
yeah,
one's
the
fire.
screen is nice.
Now,
The design and everything.
I don't know if they're going to sell them. I think other
They
MLS
should.
Next Pro teams sell them. I don't know why. I know that at
They
the
should.
Might as well. You already take all our money.
at the
No,
Austin.
I got people hitting my DM saying like, "Hey, do you know if they're gonna sell this?"
Yeah, me too.
People like them.
No, at the Austin FC game, they told Precourt, they're like, "Hey, are you gonna sell these or not? Like, what's up?" And they told the club president that as well. So
What did they say?
I don't know. I mean, they gave him like a PR answer, like, "Oh, we're trying,"
Maybe.
but I mean, I'm sure they know they can make money, and they're trying to sell them. Something's holding them back. I'm sure. Why would they not want to sell them? They know
For
they're
sure.
gonna sell out. You know what I'm saying? It's just good business. Something's holding it back, and I don't know what it is. It could be the league. There was roster updates for the FC as well. 11 academy players got moved up. Massive,
That's
guys,
great.
including Santi Maines, Chuy Moreno. You also had Nico, the goalkeeper from Puerto Rico. Bunch of players. Joe Arena got moved up. A lot of guys. Very, very happy for them. You also got in that news that Micah, Jimmy, and CJ are on the same kind of contract, the loan. They can play for the first team for FCito as well. And then on the FCito topic, Babosi Biarranga, he surfaces as an Oakland Roots player in the USL. So best of luck to him. So a lot of movement, a lot of news going on with Austin FCito. And we're going to be posting more content as the week goes on. We got more footage because Irvin Torres' words after the game, Jimmy Farcarlin's words after the game. You heard from Peter Grogan already, but there's more coming from that match. So stay tuned. But gentlemen, another bit of news. Dani Pereira's foundation, A Dos Toques, wanted to add this to the podcast because of the positive, attention that it brings to a player. It's going to start in Virginia and it's going to work its way to Austin, Texas. It's going to be dedicated to help kids that have gotten to the USA with very little, like Dani Pereira. But Football Critic, I think you might have a little bit more of a grasp on it. What can you tell us about La Fundación A Dos Toques?
Yeah, no. So I asked Danny in the midweek media availability, and he said, he couldn't say too much because I asked him, hey, what information is going to come in the next couple of weeks? He said, weeks might be too soon, maybe months. But it was an effort to help kids that get here to the US without much, and support them with education, with the sport, with whatever. So it's just like a community service that they want to do, and like you said, starting in Virginia and then working all the way down to Texas.
Bali, any thoughts on that? In the future, it could come to Austin, and that program could impact kids that if we were of that age, we could have grown up with based on the area that we grew up in.
No, it just, I think it's amazing, to be honest. And it just shows like the growth, just seeing them grow, from coming here. And then now he has his own foundation. Now he gets to help people just like him, when he got here. So it's amazing to see, and I'm all for it. I can't wait for it to come all the way here to Austin because there's a lot of kids here in Austin that are there. I look up to him and love him a lot.
B, any thoughts on Danny's foundation?
Yeah, I think it says a lot about his character as well. He's doing something to give back to the sport that he's playing, that he's earned a career from, and he's trying to give back and help kids have a pathway to playing the sport. So it's all good. It's great. Happy for him, and glad he's doing something like that. for
Win-win.
sure.
Very, very much a win-win. Shout out to Dani Pereira. Big man move right there, honestly.
Yeah, definitely.
Big man
And
move.
like the fact that he's kind of doing it at I wouldn't say maybe at the beginning or he kind of at a young age. Like usually players, they wait till their later stages maybe and open up a foundation. He's doing it early. So
He did it. He did it as soon as he got paid.
yeah, exactly. I wanted to say that. I wanted to say it's not like he's gonna do that.
You
While
know
he's
what
on
I'm
a rookie
saying?
contract.
Hey, boys,
Hey.
it's coming in now. You know what I'm saying?
Hey,
It's
give him
there.
back.
He has more income. He has more income.
Yeah.
He has
It's
more
there,
income.
you know?
Give him back.
Hey,
Give
but
him
it's,
back.
it's I mean, it's better for him to be doing this with his money than to be gambling with it.
Yeah,
that's
yeah, that's
okay.
good.
Yeah, like
Yeah, it's good. Or doing other stuff.
That's the
or
second
going-
gambling.
Maybe slow down on the war zone. Maybe I don't know. Maybe.
Nah, it's fun though.
Hey, bro.
Yeah, honestly, it is.
Me
bro.
with Red Dead, I'm a sicko.
Honestly, it
I'm a
is, bro.
sicko.
The boys fishing in Red Dead,
Bro, I don't go fishing in person. I fish in Red Dead Redemption. Is that weird?
A little bit.
Little bit.
Yeah.
No, I love that game too,
I've
bro.
caught a lot of legendary
I mean,
fish. in
I
Red Dead.
love COD. I wouldn't go to Warzone.
That's true.
That is true.
That's true. That's true. Now, gentlemen, just real quick, one last time, I do want to remind the listeners, if you got to this part of the podcast, you heard it already before, but we're going to have a watch party next Saturday to watch the LAFC game at Little Patagonia. Early kickoff at 2:30. Arrive early, drink a beer with us, drink some wine with us. I might be drinking wine. If it's there, I might be drinking wine. I'm gonna be walking around with my wine glass like that, and just like smelling the wine. You know what I'm saying? And then I'm gonna ask them if they could pour it a certain way that I seen this guy do it on TikTok. There's this one guy that's just like looking
Bro,
at the wine
there's
glass.
a whole there's a whole
pours
like culture process to drinking wine. Like it's like you're supposed to smell it. You're supposed to look at the way. It's like a whole thing, bro.
Yeah, what's up with Argentinians and wine and soccer? I've never seen that.
They're big producers of wine.
They love wine, dude.
So honestly, if you've been to Little Patagonia or you know about wines, I'd love for you to recommend me one. I'll give it a try if
we're
you'd
gonna
like.
we're gonna get drunk with wine.
I'm
100%.
I'm gonna get drunk with wine, bro. I'm gonna be walking
I'm
around
gonna
like
have-
Conor McGregor after
Oh,
like 45
yeah.
minutes.
Ooh.
Like Conor
With the
McGregor.
mic, with
and
the mic.
I'm gonna make sure not to eat anything so it hits harder.
No, and I heard that the empanadas are good too, and they have
they're-
some sweet
It
empanadas
looks
too.
great, bro. The video that we
the
made,
empanadas are amazing.
They have some sweet
it
ones
looked
too.
good. It looked
So,
good.
No,
a
it's
little
gonna be
bit
a
of
good
everything.
time. Come hungry, come thirsty. It's gonna be a great time. Talk
Invite
footy with us.
everybody.
We'll have Bino boards there. Like I said,
Giveaways. We're gonna have
giveaways. We're gonna have giveaways. There's gonna be a jersey be given away, of course.
Oh, wait. A jersey's being
A
given?
jersey's gonna be given away. We're debating on which one. It's going to be the Dillo kit or the new one. I think the new one is fair.
Hey,
The
okay,
new
okay.
one?
How about both?
Oh, whoa.
Okay, I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Okay, can we
I
answer
shouldn't
the
talk. I
raffle?
shouldn't talk. I
Can we
shouldn't talk.
answer?
My fault.
If they
I
would
shouldn't
have
talk. My fault.
won,
I shouldn't talk. My fault. Sorry.
if the boys would have won against Colorado, I think that we could have
You would've done
both.
it?
I think we could have done both off of some crazy shit.
Okay.
What do you mean if we would have won? We could have bought it.
I don't know. But all right, gentlemen, any final thoughts on today's pod before we get out of here?
Man, this beanie's kind of small, bro. It's tight.
Bro, you're probably going to pass out when
Bro,
you get
I
up.
can't even like. God damn, bro. This is kid size.
Any final thoughts, Alex?
No, I mean, like I said, I still see a lot of potential, and like I said, I give the guys 4 more games. Salame gives them 3 more games.
I said 2 months.
Oh my
Yeah.
God.
I said
Oh
2
my
months.
God.
Oh my
I said 2 months.
Okay, no, that
I
might be
said
a
2
little
months.
too much.
If you think about it, 2 months is what, like 8 games? 8 games, counting the
Yeah.
ones that we already played. So that's 5 more.
No, I was saying like 4 more starting now.
No, I'm saying 2 months since the starting of the season.
Oh, okay.
It kind of makes more sense. I know it's not 2 months. Oh my God, it sounds harsh. No,
Okay.
count to 3 already.
Yeah, okay.
It's only like 5 more games.
Yeah, that's what I guess.
2
No, well, yeah, I
months.
mean, I
2
just see a
months.
lot. I see possibility of being better. I feel optimistic. I feel like Nico. I feel like Nico's really smart, and I feel like he's trying to put what he knows into the game. But I don't know if he will be able to make it a reality.
I agree.
But besides that, I'm also really excited about the watch party. I think it's gonna be really fun, delicious. Great soccer environment. So I'm excited for that.
I'm excited for it. Hopefully, Little Patagonia brings the good vibes. They are in the stadium. So if you've never been there before and you like what you ate, make sure to check them out at Q2 Stadium. They got, 2 locations or 1 location?
They want one location in
but
the
it's
Zebra Gate.
It's bigger now.
No, it's
That's the
still
one?
the
All right.
yeah.
But check them out. They're there by the Zebra Gate. They gave us food whenever we went to go shoot the ad, and it was a lot of it was delicious. It was delicious. You ate the choripan,
Yeah.
and I ate the empanadas.
But it was actually frustrating though because they gave us the food and I was like I wanted to eat it right away because it looked
Yeah.
so good, but we had to shoot everything. I was like, oh,
And it was getting colder after.
yeah, yeah.
No, but Bali. First of all, thank you for keeping your cool this spot. I know
Yeah,
it was.
I had to-
I know it was difficult,
yeah.
man. I know it was difficult.
No.
You're evolving. You're now.
Yeah. I mean,
What Tucker did? That's what you used to do.
no. I would have crashed out last night. I think I would've
Tucker crashed out.
No, yeah, he crashed out.
No, he
yeah.
crashed
But
out.
I also understand.
I
Tucker,
understand him.
You know, because I also understand Tucker.
My
and I
boy
talked to
Tucker.
Bro, Tucker rewatches the games up to 3
No,
times,
yeah.
bro.
No, Tucker. No,
I mean, he got on the fan reaction with me and Diego.
He was very
and
upset.
I could see him. He was upset.
he was destroyed.
Bro. He was destroyed.
he's destroyed. And then
Thank you.
and then you
Thank
give
you
him
for keeping
those
it cool.
comments on the space, and it triggers him. You know, and then it triggers me. So,
was-
so,
You're about to get triggered right now.
No, so just you know, so it was. I'm actually happy I did not get on the space last night because I was very emotional, very mad.
Good on you.
But you know what? Now I'm focused, calm. I understand that 3
gonna take
games
time.
in, it's gonna take time. But I'm also very worried, and
Fair.
I'm very scared,
It's fair.
and I'm terrified,
Fair.
and I don't know what to think.
Fair.
But I'm praying it works out.
Well, we're going to be there to hopefully guide you, mate.
I'm praying it works out because LAFC is in San Diego. Well,
And you know what, mate? And you know what? Nico is probably telling his wife the exact same thing that you're telling us here tonight. Nico's probably worried too.
Nico's terrible. I don't know how he slept last night.
He probably didn't.
Yeah.
He probably
Bro,
didn't.
I just want to highlight that today in this spot, you got H and Brian to agree with you.
Yeah, I know.
You know how I mean, dude, you are 100% right.
It's
Right
because
now.
They love me.
sometimes he says facts.
They love
Sometimes.
me. They love me.
Bro,
They love me at the end of the day. You know.
a broken clock is wrong 2 times
Wait.
a day. That's how the saying goes, right?
Yeah,
Even a
yeah.
broken clock is wrong
No,
twice,
even a broken clock is right
twice a day. That's what I'm saying.
Okay.
You know?
Wait.
They're calling you broken,
so
bro.
you're calling Bali a
They're
broken
calling you
clock.
broken clock.
No, I'm
Wait,
not
wait,
saying.
what?
I'm not calling you a broken clock.
No, they did. I didn't bring
this-
that up.
this one-
Now you're disrespecting me,
this-
and now
this-
I feel like
this
I
derailed.
need it. Now I feel some type of
No,
way.
I didn't mean to.
Okay.
I didn't mean to. This completely derailed. This completely derailed.
Well.
We're gonna get out of here. Shout out to the YouTube All Stars for their win against Sidemen. Hey, sketch went off.
Can,
MVP?
can I send the invite next?
And
Bro,
speed.
That would be
honestly,
amazing. That
if
would be
we
amazing.
if we make that kind
That'd
of
be amazing one
event
day.
in
Oh my god.
One day.
the
that would be-
USA, they gotta invite We're Austin TV.
They got to.
I
They
scored
got to.
5 goals
MVP
at Q2 Stadium.
and the media cup.
Did they
right?
not, bro? I'm honestly upset they didn't invite us to TST. If I'm being quite honest.
Hopefully one day, that
Honestly.
would be amazing.
Oh yeah. But all right, guys, we're gonna get out of here. A lot of stuff coming up. We got FCito stuff, first team stuff, academy stuff coming up. So follow us, subscribe to the channel, all that stuff. Take a time, hit the subscribe button, leave a like, do whatever you do. Follow us on all social media platforms. Your #1 news source for everything Austin FC. We're Austin TV, WATV Media. We're out.